Welcome everyone to the most thrilling case of this episode. Anta ignored Little Pie and bravely knocked on the door of the phone surveillance house. Then, she proceeded to give less to her surprise. When she opened the door, it was her husband's partner, the vice captain of the Yuanzhang bridge management team. What a twist. Wow, Anta was taken aback, asking how he ended up here, while he just wife rushed her to leave. My husband already quit his job. Don't come to harm our family. Anta was intrigued by that statement. She had to move out quickly since this place was no longer safe. Uncle swaggered through the door manager's office door. He was excited to thank Teacher Ted, but then boom. A surprising statement. How could you pretend to be your brother? You think I know nothing about my students? Uncle said his reason was complicated but not malicious, prompting old Ted's helpless laugh. He had faith in his students, but as Uncle left the school, he wondered if the teacher was really as dull as he seemed. Quite the perhaps 20 years from now he'd still be like that. Earlier, Uncle was about to ask his wife about the investigation results as they returned home late, but to his surprise, Anta lied and said she found nothing in Wales. Then at around 2 a.m., her phone rang out of nowhere. She groggily answered. Redhead, Uncle Des' colleague, said they had something important to discuss. I need to talk to you tonight about Uncle Des' disappearance. That statement jolted Anta awake, and she immediately threw on a jacket and dashed out. An hour later, alarms blared through Redhead's neighborhood, and poor Redhead was found lying in the snow, completely unresponsive. Anta stood there baffled, holding a snow-covered dagger as the police blocked her way at the neighborhood entrance. When Uncle opened the door, the Vice Minister's first words were, "Last night, Redhead was found dead in her kitchen." Anta was arrested on suspicion of murder. Uncle was left jaw-dropped by that news. As they walked back to the station, the whole dark team stared at him with a mix of curiosity and suspicion. Brother Hay comforted him. "I'll get to the bottom of this and clear Aunt Des' name." The Vice Minister asked them to step into his office, but the rules stated he couldn't participate in the case as a relative. Brother Hay arrived at the interrogation room and asked the simplest question, "Anta, did you kill anyone?" Anta quickly denied it. She had received a call from Redhead last night and was nervous before leaving, so she grabbed a kitchen knife from home. "Why did you need a kitchen knife to go out?" Brother Hay questioned. "What did Redhead say on the phone?" Anta was speechless and couldn't explain. She couldn't mention her husband was missing since her brother-in-law was impersonating a cop at the station. In the end, all she could say was, "I took a knife for protection." After she finished, Anta requested to see her husband, but Brother Hay sadly shook his head, saying that was not possible. About 3 minutes later, he returned, unlocked his phone, and left it on the desk as the interrogation room door closed. Uncle quickly received a phone. As they were talking, Redhead's autopsy report came in, and Brother Hay was left stunned after reading it, while Anta was quite certain. This was a carefully orchestrated web, and clearly the one who made Uncle disappear noticed he was investigating. The killer framed Redhead after killing him too, maybe 3 birds with one stone. Uncle Des gone, and Brother Hay found the evidence. He asked who issued the coroner's report. The evidence guy retorted, "What's up?" Brother Hay said the report shows the knife Anta took to the apartment was indeed the murder weapon of Redhead. Awkward moment, because Anta had just said that Redhead was already stabbed before she arrived. In other words, the knife hadn't even reached Redhead's home yet it somehow killed her. Unbelievable. Meanwhile, Ammon chimed in, "I think I know why Anta killed Redhead." A minute later, the interrogation room door swung open. Brother Hay formally arrested Anta on suspicion of murder. Meanwhile, the chief was on the phone with the Vice Minister, preparing to give a speech about public trust in the police, which could directly affect the station's budget for next year. If news leaks the homicide chief's wife killed a cop, it's the last thing they need. He doesn't care if Anta killed Redhead. Anta must be declared innocent before the budget is approved. The Vice Minister acknowledged that, but just 5 seconds after hanging up. He heard Brother Hay state Anta has been formally arrested. The Vice Minister was completely dazed, while Little Pie arrived at the station. Uncle quickly pulled his nephew into the office. "You need to hurry home and tidy up the clue board. It has pictures of Redhead and everyone in the police squad. If the police come searching now, we might be mistaken for serial killers." Just then, Brother Hay walked in. As per protocol, he needed Uncle Des' statement. After leaving, Little Pie wanted to go home, but the Vice Minister arrived and told him to wait in the family room. He might need to give a statement later. Well, he was trapped now. In the interrogation room, Little Hay asked delicately, "Ammon just mentioned that Uncle and Redhead seemed to have a deeper connection. Is there truth to that?" Russell, I'm sorry to inform you, but I'm not DCI James Thriller himself, I'm his elder brother, John. Vice Minister quickly caught wind of the news. The real homicide detective has gone mysteriously missing, and his wife may have killed a police officer. The detective known for solving cases had turned out to be a fraud, and meanwhile, the department head was giving a televised speech urging the public to trust the police. Brother Hay was silent, totally convinced of Uncle Des' innocence, because we had already decided. From now on, no one could leave this room until everyone got off work. Brother Hay entered the interrogation room, handing Uncle the case file about Redhead. Tomorrow the case would be handed over, time was running out. This was their last chance. As the detention room door closed, Uncle flipped through the documents while his mind raced. The mystery of the case had already begun to unravel even before the crime scene. They were in for a wild surprise.